Hey everyone! Welcome back to Rotten Egg Stories, the place where extraordinary tales unfold and we get to the heart of what's really going on behind those viral posts. Today, we've got a juicy one that's as perplexing as it is compelling. And since we're ringing in the new year, what better way to start 2025 than by diving into a story filled with intrigue and mystery? Imagine this. Your friends are throwing red flags about your significant other. But there's a twist. They won't tell you why. Intrigued? You should be. Grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's unravel this mystery together. Are you ready to dive into a story that's got everyone talking? Let's get cracking and cheers to a thrilling new year. All right, here's the scoop.
My friends 25F are warning me to leave my boyfriend, 27M, together 1 year, but won't tell me why. Am I missing something? The following dialogues are non-verbatim, but I made it just so you get the point. Hi, I, 25F, have been dating my boyfriend, 27NM, for about a year, and I thought everything was going great, or at least from my perspective. He's charming, attentive, and we have so much fun together. But lately my friends have been acting really weird about him. They've started dropping subtle comments like, "Are you sure you're happy?" Or, "You know we're here for you, right?" It feels like they're trying to hint at something, but whenever I ask them outright, they just shrug it off or change the subject. Recently, one of my closest friends told me, "I think you should get out of this relationship before it gets worse." But she refused to give me a reason. She just said, "I can't tell you right now, but you'll see eventually." I feel stuck because I don't see what they're seeing. Sure, my boyfriend has his flaws. He's a bit controlling about how I spend my time. For example, he doesn't like it when I go out with my friends without him and will call or text me constantly to check in. If I don't reply right away, he gets upset and accuses me of ignoring him. He also doesn't really like my friends and will say things like, "I just don't think they're good for you," or "They're jealous of what we have." He's also made some concerning comments about my appearance. He'll tell me I don't need to wear makeup or dress up because I'm already his, and if I push back, he gets defensive and says he's just being honest. He even threw out a few of my favorite outfits once, saying they didn't fit the new me. Another thing that's been bothering me is how he handles money. He insists on paying for most things, which seemed generous at first, but now he uses it against me. If we argue, he'll bring up how much he's done for me financially, making me feel guilty. He's even asked me to quit my job because he can take care of everything. But I love my job and don't want to give it up. The other day, he went through my phone while I was in the shower, claiming he was just curious because I've been acting distant. I wasn't even acting weird, but he said it like I had something to hide. He apologized later, but now I feel like I have to walk on eggshells to avoid upsetting him. When it's just us, he's sweet and loving. He talks about our future together, and he's there when I'm upset. But my friend's reactions and his behavior have me second-guessing everything. Am I overthinking this? Are my friends overreacting? Or is there something I'm too blinded by love to see? I don't know what to do, and their silence is starting to make me anxious. Any advice would be appreciated.
Wow, that's quite a situation to find yourself in. If you're watching and can relate, know that feeling conflicted when friends voice concerns about a relationship is more common than you might think. For our brave sharer today, it sounds like you're caught in a really tough spot, trying to balance the affection you have for someone with the unsettling cues your friends are giving you. It's not easy when the heart and the head pull you in different directions. Stick around, because we're going to dive deeper and see what the community thinks. Maybe we can find some clarity together. And to our viewers, what do you think so far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below as we gear up to explore what others are saying. Trust me, you don't want to miss the insights coming up next. Now, let's see what our community has to say about this twisty tale. We've picked out the top 3 comments that really struck a chord. These might just shine a light on what's really happening behind the scenes, or maybe they'll stir up more questions than answers. Either way, you won't want to miss this. User RootUp07 says,
"I think you've just listed the reasons why your friends are concerned for you. Take care."
Boom. Right off the bat, user RootUp07 isn't pulling any punches. They've essentially mirrored back the concerns in a nutshell. If everyone around you starts whispering the same warnings, it might be time to tune in. User Cow Nose Eagle Ray says,
There's a very good reason your friends don't like him. They can see how controlling he is. He is only going to get worse. They're not wrong. He wants to control what you wear, how you spend your time, and how you spend your money by providing it. These are huge red flags.
And here comes user Cow Nose Eagle Ray, dropping some serious wisdom. They're not just talking about little quirks, we're seeing big, waving red flags about control. When someone wants to dictate your wardrobe, your time, and even your finances, that's a textbook control playbook. It's like a flashing neon sign saying, caution. User Helen Destroy says,
This has got to be bait.
oh, and user Helen Destroy brings a different flavor here, questioning the authenticity of the post. It's so spicy it's gotta be bait, right? Sometimes situations are so out there, they feel like they can't be real. But unfortunately, they often are. With those fiery insights from our community, it's clear there's a lot brewing beneath the surface of this story. But hold on, there's more. Our brave storyteller didn't stop there. She's come back with a part 2, sharing the aftermath of confronting her boyfriend about these red flags. This is where things really get intense. Are you ready to see how the confrontation unfolded and what decisions were made? Here's part 2, straight from the heart. Let's see how our storyteller navigated these turbulent waters.
My friends 25F are warning me to leave my boyfriend 27M together 1 year, but won't tell me why. Am I missing something? Part 2. First, I want to thank everyone who commented on my original post. Your insights and support gave me the clarity and courage to address the situation. After reading the overwhelming responses about the red flags I had missed, I decided to have a serious conversation with my boyfriend, 27mm. Here's how it went. We were at his apartment when I brought it up. I told him I wanted to talk about some things that had been bothering me, and I mentioned how I'd been feeling uneasy about certain behaviors, like his constant texting, when I'm out with friends, the comments about my clothes, and him going through my phone. At first, he tried to downplay it, saying things like, I just care about you, or I'm only trying to protect you. When I told him that his actions didn't feel protective, but controlling, he got defensive. He said, if you didn't have anything to hide, you wouldn't feel that way. That hit me hard because it was the same justification he used when he snooped through my phone. I explained that trust shouldn't require constant surveillance, but he just rolled his eyes and said I was being dramatic. I also brought up the comment his nephew made about my scarf and how he dismissed it. I told him it hurt when he didn't take my feelings seriously. He responded by saying, "You're too sensitive. He's just a kid, let it go." That was when I realized he consistently invalidates my feelings, whether it's about his behavior or anyone else's. The conversation took a darker turn when I mentioned how isolated I'd been feeling from my friends. I told him they'd been concerned about me and that their comments made me reflect on our relationship. His immediate reaction was anger. He said, "Of course your friends don't like me. They've been trying to turn you against me since day one." He even accused them of being jealous of our relationship. When I brought up how he threw away my clothes without asking, he doubled down, saying, "I was just helping you look better. You didn't need those anyway." He couldn't see why it was wrong to take control of something so personal without my consent. By the end of the conversation, it became painfully clear that he wasn't willing to take accountability for any of his actions. Instead, he shifted the blame onto me or my friends. The more I pushed for answers, the more his mask slipped, and I could see how manipulative he'd been all along. After everything, I told him I needed space to think. He got upset and said, "If you leave now, don't expect me to wait around for you." That felt like emotional blackmail, and it confirmed what so many of you pointed out: he's abusive and controlling. I'm now staying with a friend and figuring out how to end things safely. It's hard because part of me still remembers the good moments we had, but I know now that I deserve better. Thank you all for helping me see the truth.
Wow, that was a roller coaster. After taking a bold step to confront the issues, our storyteller finds herself at a crossroads. It's clear that the concerns her friends had were not unfounded. Breaking free from a controlling relationship is never easy, but it's a testament to her strength and the power of trusting her instincts. Now, she's taking time to reflect and ensure her safety. which is absolutely crucial. Hearing how this situation unfolded really makes you think about the importance of listening, not just to the words said, but to the actions taken. What about you all? Have you ever found yourself in a similar bind? How did you handle it? Keep the conversation going in the comments below. And speaking of comments, let's see how the community rallied to support our storyteller in part 2. These top comments are from viewers who not only empathize, but also provide solid advice for moving forward safely. Let's dive into these insights and gather some collective wisdom. User Plastic Venus says,
This dude is abusive, and leaving an abusive relationship is one of the most dangerous times. Please be extra cautious when you end it.
Kicking things off with a bang, User Plastic Venus doesn't mince words, reminding us of the stark realities of abusive dynamics. It's a serious reminder that safety should always come first. This isn't just about emotional well-being, it's about physical safety too. Thanks, Plastic Venus, for underlining the need for extreme caution in these pivotal moments. User Huntress145 says,
End it in a text message, not in person.
User Huntress145 brings practical advice to the forefront. End it via text, not face-to-face. In today's digital age, sometimes a text message isn't just about convenience. It's about creating a safe barrier. This comment is a stark reminder that sometimes less direct contact means more security. Huntress145, thank you for that nugget of 21st century wisdom. User Imagination 1127 says,
If you need to go back and get any stuff, bring about 3 or 4 friends, ideally some strong-looking people with you. When you find yourself remembering the good times, you now are able to see clearly that that was just a fake trap to set you up so that you would be manipulated and controlled. None of those so-called good times were real. Very happy for you that you've escaped from this awful person. Be happy about this.
And here comes User Imagination on 1107, not just with a game plan, but also a reality check. Bringing friends for backup isn't just smart, it's essential. And that reminder about the good times being a facade, that's the kind of truth bomb we need more of. It's about seeing through the smoke and mirrors to protect yourself from further manipulation. Massive props to you. Okay, Imagination 1107. For wrapping up our comments with a powerful call to reclaim joy and freedom, these comments aren't just advice. They're lifelines thrown to those navigating their escape from control and abuse. What powerful insights from our community. If you're watching and this resonates, or if you have more to add, don't hold back. Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's keep this vital conversation going and help each other stay safe and empowered. After hearing from our insightful community and reflecting on everything we've discussed today, it's time for a bit of heart-to-heart advice from me to you. If you're finding yourself in a situation like our brave storyteller, or if you're simply here to find kernels of truth to store away for the future, this is for you. You're in a tough spot, having experienced both the subtle and overt controls your boyfriend has exercised over aspects of your life. From what you've described in both parts of your story, it's clear there are significant warning signs of a controlling and potentially abusive relationship. Here's a step-by-step approach on what you can consider doing next, grounded in your reality. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. It's evident from both parts of your story that you've experienced moments of happiness with him, which makes the controlling behavior even more confusing. It's important to acknowledge that it's okay to have mixed feelings. You can cherish the good moments you've had while also recognizing that the controlling behavior is not acceptable. 2. Seek confidential support. Since your boyfriend has shown tendencies to monitor your activities, it's vital to seek help in a way that doesn't tip him off. Consider using a safe computer at a library or a trusted friend's phone to look up resources. Contact a local domestic violence shelter or hotline. They offer confidential support and can help you understand your situation better without any record of the calls on your phone. 3. Plan safely. Based on the advice from the community and the escalation you described in Part 2, if you decide to leave, plan it without his knowledge. Since he has shown tendencies to be suspicious, your safety during the departure is paramount. Plan a time to leave when he is not around, and ensure you have a safe place to go. 4. Financial and document safety. Secure any important documents and some essentials that you might need immediately. If possible, quietly gather some personal savings if he's not monitoring your finances directly. This might involve setting aside cash withdrawals that don't look out of place. 5. Support system. You've mentioned friends who are concerned. It's time to lean on them. If they're hinting at concerns, they might be waiting to help you. Discuss your plan with them. If not all, then perhaps the one or two you trust most. They can help you move out safely and provide emotional support. 6. Professional guidance. Once safe, consider speaking to a professional who specializes in relationship counseling or therapy. They can provide tools to help you process the emotions and confusion you might feel after leaving such a relationship. 7. Long-term safety planning. After you've left, consider changing your phone number and ensuring your social media settings are private to prevent unwanted contact. Also, inform a close circle of friends and family about the situation so they can help watch out for any unexpected encounters. This advice is specific to your situation, taking into account both the subtle and more overt controlling behaviors you've described. You deserve to feel safe and loved without conditions or control. Remember, while the steps to leave can be complex and emotional, your safety and well-being must come first. You're not alone, and there's strength in seeking help. As we wrap up today's episode and move forward, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the new year upon us. Happy New Year 2025. This time of year is all about new beginnings and fresh starts. Whether it's stepping away from a challenging relationship or just improving how we connect with those around us, each new year offers a chance to reset and renew. Let this new year be your catalyst for change. Assess the relationships in your life. Build on the positive and step away from anything or anyone that diminishes your spirit. Remember, it's never too late to make changes that honor your well-being. Thank you for joining us today on Rotten Egg Stories. If this episode resonated with you, share it to help others who might need this message as they start their new year. Don't forget to subscribe for more empowering stories, and please drop a comment below with your own insights or resolutions for 2025. We're here to support each other, learn from each other, and grow in this new year together. Take care of yourselves, and cheers to a healthy, happy, and fulfilling 2025. Every step you take towards a healthier, happier life is a victory. See you next time, where we'll continue to uncover truth and foster a community of care and understanding. Till then, stay safe, empowered, and inspired by the possibilities that lie ahead.